Bills fans, I'm not even going to attempt to lie to you. I'm not going to tell you a white lie. I'm not going to tell you a partial lie. The truth is, this was likely the worst season y'all will have in the last 5 years.
Shut up, the Bills! It's not outside! It's not outside! Yeah, we the Buffalo Bills. Yeah, we the Buffalo Bills. You better know that. Look how we throwing and catching, cause we are unstoppable, yeah. You better know that. Look how we running and hitting, cause we are unstoppable, yeah. Reppin' the mafia, yeah. Reppin' the mafia, Bills, mafia, yeah. You better know that. Look how we throwing and catching, cause we are unstoppable, yeah. You better know that. Look how we running and hitting, cause we are unstoppable, yeah. Homie, now listen, everyone play their position. Buffalo got a tradition. They say we trippin', they better get out our way. Top of the table, we flippin', we on a mission. Got an unstoppable team, continue to follow your dream by any means. Buffalo, get in the Super Bowl ring. Cause we the Buffalo Bills. Yeah, we the Buffalo Bills. You better know that. Look how we throwing and catching, cause we are unstoppable, yeah. You better know that. Look how we running and hitting, cause we are unstoppable, yeah. Reppin' the mafia, yeah. Reppin' the mafia, Bills, mafia, yeah. You better know that. Look how we throwing and catching, cause we are unstoppable, yeah. You better know that. Look how we running and hitting, cause we are unstoppable, yeah. Mafia up in your city, time to get gritty. Screaming and yelling, we bugging. Look at the red and blue.
This is an MVP year for Josh Allen. As an MVP voter, I said this last week. Josh Allen, he looks like an MVP. When you vote for MVP, and I can speak for myself, I think I'm one of 50 voters, you look at a couple things. Who's the best team in football? Who's the best player on that team in football? What do they look like as the best player on that team in football? And how much talent is around that best player on that best team in football?
Afternoon, good evening. Welcome to another episode of Coast to Coast. I'm your host, Whittle2K, and we are coming live once again, talking about obviously some Bills offseason stuff. We're right around the corner. The football season is literally right around the corner. So very, very excited, ready to get the season kicked off. I know obviously we got to go through training camp and we got to get through the preseason, but ladies and gentlemen, football is close. It doesn't feel like it because it's hot, summertime, et cetera, et cetera. But I'm excited, man. I think the Bills, you know, we're so close. We're close every year, it seems like, and just hoping that one of these years, man, we got to get it right. We got to get it done. What better than the present to push that forward. Um, Waiting on Beyond the Gear. He'll be here shortly. I'm sure he's dealing with the California traffic. And well, before we get into that, and we're gonna run down. We'll give you a little quick synopsis of what we're gonna talk about today. So we're going to discuss the Maxwell Hairston civil suit that just was filed today, stemming from an incident back in 2021. We're going to also talk about some trades that went down recently and how they affect Buffalo. We're going to also talk about a couple of breakout players that we expect, that we're looking forward to. I think we did that last week. We're just gonna keep hammering that one home because I want you guys to first. I want you guys to hear what we're talking about, and not necessarily. I don't want you to think how we think, but sometimes for me, it's easier to. I'm a visual learner, so if I go and I watch something or I see somebody else doing it, I kind of understand, all right, this is the process they went through to get this done. I don't have to necessarily do the same thing they did, but I know what my end game should look like or what it should be, what it should mirror. You know what I'm saying? Like, ultimately, we all want the Buffalo Bills to be the best, right? So for me, my breakout player may be Keon Coleman because I feel like Keon Coleman, looked good before he got hurt, and I think that he can. I think he can take the next step. I think he can be more of a intermediate receiver. While out there, if you're watching, you may say, "Listen, I thought Curtis Samuel once he got healthy, he looked good." So that's my guy. You know what I'm saying? So stuff like that. I'm looking at certain guys on defense because those are the guys that I'm looking for. Like I was very high on Deion Walker. He might be my breakout player or the player that I'm most interested in seeing going forward. But for you, it may be different. You may have played linebacker in high school or college. You may have played in the secondary, or your son or daughter or brother or sister may play defensive tackle or something like that. So that's where you gravitate to. We're all different, but ultimately we all want the same goal. And finally, um, we're going to talk about the tight ends. And then we're going to talk about the trades and how they affect the Bills. And then we're going to talk a little bit about position rankings. I want to discuss where I want to share where I believe the Bills position groups rank, not only in the division but in the conference. I think that's the conference is probably what we should be focused on more so than anything else. Because I mean, let's be honest. I'm sorry if you're a Dolphins or Jets or Patriots fan and you're watching right now. Let's be honest, man. The Bills are winning this division, guys. I mean, let's just get ready for a wild card, folks. So we'll get into that. But first and foremost, a little personal note. If you guys have been watching, you know that I am a father. I have two children on my own, and my lady has two as well. So, um, my daughter, my birth daughter, graduated from high school last week, and I didn't cry. I'm just going to share a little personal stuff. I didn't cry, so I was surprised, but happy about that. I mean, it was kind of hot too, so I probably didn't have any excess moisture to share through tears. I probably was sweating it all out. Um, Her prom was like the week before that. Did cry at the prom. She looked absolutely beautiful. Uh, I didn't cry there. And yeah, was it yesterday? Yeah, yesterday. She said she told me last week, or she told me like for weeks now. 'Cause she has to remind me of stuff. I'm forgetful at times. So, she told me, she says, "Dad, I want you to take me to my I want you to take me to the school so I can take my entrance exam and talk to my counselor and things like that." So I'm like, all right, no problem. If I don't have to work, then sure, I'll take you. So we get out there. I dropped her off. I walked her in, and whole time, I felt it, but I held back the tears, guys. They're gonna come eventually. I'm not sure when. Move-in day is coming up on us pretty soon, so that might be when the waterworks start. But extremely proud of her. She took her placement exam. She is she did well. She's in all college level courses, so no, no fresher ups or anything. No freshening up classes or anything like that. No zeros in front of her classes. Not that there's anything wrong with it, but all her classes are 100 level. I'm excited about that. I'm happy for her for that. So everything counts. And so that's just a little personal. Extremely proud of her. I'm sure she's not watching right now, but I think she's getting her hair braided at this moment. But she will watch at some point. So when you do watch, sweetheart, I'm very proud of you. Um, and just continue to do what you do, and just know that your dad's proud. All right, when we got that out the way, uh, we'll get into the football stuff. Oh, also, um, family days coming up. I am trying to put something together with a couple other Bills fans and with one of the groups that that we are very, very tight with and connected with. We're going to try to put together something for the kids at Family Day. So stay in tune for that. We like the conversations are beginning to happen. Like the idea has been out for a while. The conversations are going to be happening for the rest of this week. And hopefully next Wednesday we'll have some concrete information to put out about that event. I think it's a really cool idea, not just because I came up with it, but I do think it's a great idea. And I'm hopefully we can get it together and get it all done and ready to go. But so stay tuned for that. All right, so let's get into the football. First and foremost, here we go again, right? Maxwell Hairston has been a civil suit has been filed against Maxwell Hairston, the first round selection of the Buffalo Bills from University of Kentucky. He is a defensive back. Uh, Nickname is Mad Max, and there was a civil suit filed by a young lady saying that Maxwell Hairston sexually assaulted her in 2021. That civil suit I believe it was filed today on July 2nd. So couple things. Here we go again, right, Bills Mafia? We had a similar situation with another draft pick a couple years ago when we took the punt guy, Matt Ariza, and then all of this stuff came out about how, he set this girl up to be raped at a college party. I don't even know if I can even say the R word, but set her up to be sexually assaulted at a college party. I mean, well, it's live. I said it, so um, you know, it's out there now. So all of those things came out about Ariza, and he was up front. He did tell the Bills what happened um, before they drafted him, so it wasn't a secret about the event or the situation. So the Bills investigated, still felt strong enough to draft him. About his part in that, they felt like he wasn't really at fault for anything that may or may not have happened. So they drafted him. Comes out that later on after they drafted him, um, a police report comes out, and then there's this investigation. And all of these things, kind of start snowballing um, on the particular player, on Matt Ariza, and on the young lady as well. So after months of kind of sticking with Matt and kind of the Bills, just kind of being there with him, I'm going to say this, and I'm sure some people are not going to like this. After immense pressure from some of the more outspoken female groups in Bills Mafia, the Buffalo Bills, and I'm not saying that they were the reason why the Bills did it, but it became a situation where the Bills felt it was in the organization's best interest as well as the players' best interest for them to cut ties. And Matt Ariza, uh, he maintained his innocence throughout the entirety of that ordeal, and eventually, it took a while, but eventually he was exonerated of any wrongdoing. Um, he was able to, come back into the league. I believe he was put on like the commissioner's, like physically the pup list or something like that, or the commissioner's exempt list or something like that. I would have to look that up, and I did not look it up prior. I was doing something else, but I actually wasn't going to talk about Battle Riser, but here we are. Um, so he ended up he maintained his innocence throughout the entire ordeal, and finally he was exonerated. and then he was able to be reinstated and continue his career. Unfortunately, he was no longer a member of the Buffalo Bills. The Kansas City Chiefs signed him. He was their punter. I believe he was their punter last year. So, um, yeah, Matariza is somebody who, we look at this Maxwell Harrison situation. You kind of got to, I don't want to say view it from the same lens, but I kind of want to. That's what I'm doing. I'm kind of looking at it from that lens and saying to myself, you know what? I'm going to reserve judgment on whether or not I think this guy did it, or he's lying, or she's lying. Um, I'm just going to go with the facts and give you what's out there. Uh, this alleged incident took place in 2021. That would have been That was Maxwell's freshman year. Uh, he was, part of the 2021 recruiting class. It was alleged that he forced himself upon a young lady. She repeatedly told him no, she was not interested, and she went to the police, filed a report, and she also went to the hospital to get a sexual assault exam. Um, there's nothing in the media about the results of that exam, so we don't have that. But we do have the words um, from Brandon Bean, the general manager. When Brandon Bean says, let me find it. Give me 1 second. 1 second, guys. All right. Yeah. So Brandon Bean says, we did a lot of research. I think all teams were aware of the Title IX thing that was fully investigated by the school. He even volunteered to do a polygraph and had notes. It was one of those where there was zero information saying this actually happened to what the accusation was. Just like anything in this world, you can't just take someone's account and say that's the truth. Yes, we fully investigated it. If there was anything to that, he wouldn't have been invited to the combine. He was at the draft last night. Every person you talk to at Kentucky, teammates, staff there, plus what we've done, I would say this is a heck of a young man. Every person you ask. That's unfortunate when things like that are attached to someone's name. In this case, it doesn't seem to be anything there. Those are the words from Buffalo Bills general manager Brandon Bean. And I'm reading a direct quote from LancasterOnline.com. That's the website that I'm getting this story from. They also, shout out to them, if they're listening. Um, they're not listening, but uh, there was a spokesperson from the University of Kentucky. They also have a quote from there as well. And it says the comment, they said they could not comment directly because they were not named as a party in the lawsuit. But this is the direct quote. However, sexual assault allegations are thoroughly investigated and can involve police, Title IX, student conduct officials, and other legal entities. The spokesperson said in a statement. If if and when charges are warranted, or if a student is found to have violated our code of student conduct, such charges and disciplinary measures are filed and pursued aggressively to protect our students. Um, so those are the facts. That is what has happened. So that's what we have right now. We'll see how this goes. This is not a criminal matter. I think that needs to be said. This is a civil matter. So the plaintiff in this case is seeking a jury trial. I believe, yeah, a jury trial, and and she's looking for compensation for her damages. So with that being said, that's all I have to say about that. Let's move right along. Uh, so a couple of trades took place in the NFL between two teams that you know we've kind of had our way with over the last few years. So the first team, the two teams in the trade, the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Miami Dolphins. Now, I'm sure you guys know. We've all been expecting Jalen Ramsey to be traded. Uh, for whatever reason, him and the Dolphins got to a point where it was no longer tenable for them to, continue their relationship. So cool. They ended up trading them to the Steelers. The Steelers had some question marks at corner that they wanted to shore up, I'm sure. So, here we are. They're getting Jalen Ramsey, and the Steelers are also getting tight end Jonnu Smith. Um, the Steelers sent Minka Fitzpatrick and like a late round pick or something like that. There was a pick swap between the two teams. They sent Minka Fitzpatrick back to the team that drafted him, the Miami Dolphins. And yeah, so the Dolphins had a issue, with the secondary. They lost Javon Holland. They lost Xavier Howard a while, like almost over a year ago. Cole, who hasn't really panned out to be anything more than a kind of a jag at the slot position. Um, that was an issue for them last year, cornerback. And here we are now. Like they drafted Cam Smith in the second round. He's really gonna have to play. They got another guy named Storm Duck who played well for them, but he's gonna have to play as well. But safety was a big hole for them, and they managed to fill that up with one of the better safeties in the league, and Minka Fitzpatrick. I know that his play last year didn't jump off the screen, but um, you know, Minka's still one of the best safeties in the league. I know when people look, Bills fans especially, when we think about Minka Fitzpatrick, we think about Gabe Davis and the big game he had where he took not one but two touchdowns to the house against two big touchdowns against the Steelers. He had one basically that he ripped out of a ball he ripped out of the hands of Minka Fitzpatrick in the end zone. So outside of that, though, Minka's one of them ones. Like he is a very, very good safety. But so now that the Miami Dolphins get Minka Fitzpatrick, they send Jonnu Smith, their starting tight end, played really well for them last year, and Jalen Ramsey to the Steelers. So now they have a hole at tight end as well as corner. So what do they do at tight end? We heard rumors about they're going to trade for Michael Mayer. Maybe they sign just a guy out of free agency and just kind of get a couple guys that can block and maybe they just toss his targets to Westbrook, the guy that they brought in from Tennessee. What did they do? They brought in former uh, All Pro tight end who played for the Raiders and most recently the Giants before he retired, and also a budding rap star, Darren Waller. Unretires and comes to Miami. Allegedly, there were a bunch of teams that were vying for his services. He decides, if I'm going to come out of retirement, I'm going to come out of retirement and I'm going to Miami. So he goes to Miami, where he's going to play in South Beach with Tua and Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle, and they're stable of running backs, and Mike McDaniel's got um a really good pass catching, route running tight end to pair with his offense. So that's nice, man. I mean, I'm happy for those guys. It doesn't mean anything. You're still gonna lose to the Bills twice. You're still gonna lose the division. Your best shot is a wild card, but ultimately, it is a good move. Um, let's see what he can do. He didn't look great. Darren Waller didn't look great when he was with the Giants. He didn't look great. Um, but the Giants also required him to do things that he wasn't truly comfortable with. You know, they asked him to lead block. They asked him to be in line at times, and that's not really the strength of his game. He wasn't really happy about that. As a matter of fact, after this from his own words, he said when somebody asked him when did he know it was over, he said after the Bills game when the Giants played the Bills in 2023, he knew that he didn't want to play football anymore. So welcome back, Darren Waller. Um, you know, he said every time he runs a route, they got the whole team on him. So he's the one. Check out his rap song. It's on YouTube, man. I can't remember the name of it. I'd be lying to you if I told you I listened to it all the way through. But yo, Darren Waller's back. He's signed for I think 1 year, $5 million, something like that. I'm sure it's like incentive laden or whatever. But I'm not gonna be a homer. I'm gonna be unbiased. That is actually a if he can play still, that's a solid pickup. He was an all pro caliber player. I think he'll be fine. I think Miami will really benefit from him. Um, Now, how does that affect us? It doesn't. The Bills were 10th in the NFL in 2024 in yards allowed to tight ends. Like we really don't do that. You know, even in well, I mean, I would bring up the Ravens game. We only gave up one reception to Isaiah Likely for 26 yards, but they didn't really need to run the ball. I mean, they didn't really need to throw the ball a lot because they ran for 200 and did they? I think they ran for like almost 300 yards. I'm pretty sure they were really close to 300 yards rushing that game. So, but against Trey McBride, like Trey McBride's one of the better tight ends. 5 receptions for 30 yards, like that's nothing. I mean that's negligible stuff. So, Bills do a good job on tight ends. I mean between Terrell Bernard, Matt Milano, and Taron Johnson. Now we have Cole Bishop, who I'm sure will get some some assignments to cover tight ends this year. We're fine. This doesn't really move the needle, in my opinion, for the division. Now it does for the wild card. I think this does help them. This does help Miami position themselves to score more, especially in the red zone. Um, and to move the chains with a guy like Darren Waller working underneath while you have the speedsters out there, Tyreek and Waddle. So that's where we're at. Congratulations to Pittsburgh. They shored up the cornerback position and they added another pass catching tight end um for Aaron Rodgers in that offense. So it's gonna be interesting to see how the season plays out after that move. Um, so what's next? Okay, yeah. So let's get into the position groups. Um, so we'll just go over the basic ones. We're not gonna break it up into like corners and slot and none of that. It's just quarterback. I think we have the best quarterback in the division. I don't think that's an arguing point. So cool. I would say Josh in the conference. I put him at third right now, behind Lamar Jackson and Mahomes. Um, I do think Josh, being the reigning MVP, should weigh in on should hold more weight, and it does. Like I think that's why I have him over Burrow, because I think Burrow last year had a had an amazing season. Um, I didn't put him over Lamar despite being 2-0 against Lamar in the playoffs and really just he's really played well against I think he's played pretty well against the Ravens over the years. You know, I give Lamar the slight edge because I think Lamar's season last year was I mean, it was historic. Uh, Definitely historic. He that's what you envisioned when he was drafted. If he could get to this, the Ravens have a shot to win a Super Bowl. He's there now. I mean, they're a Super Bowl contender, but like he's really one of them ones. Like he's got all of the numbers now. Um, in that, like he had all the numbers last year to put him in that conversation now as truly one of the elite passers in the NFL. Pat's resume is crazy. Um, I don't think Pat's played the quarterback position better than Josh Allen over the last 2 seasons. I don't think he's played the quarterback position better than uh, Lamar Jackson over the last 2 seasons. I don't think he played the quarterback position last year better than Joe Burrow. But for the majority of the season, I think everywhere outside of the last week of the season, uh, Patrick Mahomes was the highest rated quarterback in the fourth quarter. That's winning time. That matters for something. I think the Chiefs are still a team to beat. I do think the Ravens have the best roster, not only in the conference but in the league. So I'm going to give the nod to those guys. I got Josh at third, so our quarterback got him at third. That was a long explanation. I apologize. We will go quicker. And I am surprised, like, bro, what's up, Br? Let me call him up real quick. What's up with this guy, man? I hope this is not one of the weeks he told me, like, bro, I'm not gonna be there, bro. I got something to do. Maybe he does. All right. Should we leave a message?
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person you're trying to reach is not available. Please record
All
your
right.
message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up.
I'm gonna leave a message. Yo, Bi, man, it's Wit, man. Yeah, hit me up when you get a chance, brother. All right, later. Yeah, I don't. Did he tell me he wasn't coming? No, he didn't. Bro's AWOL, man. He is AWOL. We're gonna we'll deal with you later, Beyond. No. All right, so where are we at? Position groups. Right, running back. All right, running back. Uh in the division, did Beyond get traded? I don't know. I mean, I gotta check my email, bro, but yeah, what's up, Carlos, man? What's up with y'all, man? Y'all, bro, listen, I've been sitting here for like 30 minutes and none of y'all have tapped in at all until now. I got to do something like call Beyond live for y'all to tap in. Y'all should have been tapping. I thought I was in here by myself, man. Anyway, all right, cool. I wouldn't say the Bills running back room is better than the Dolphins. The Dolphins, they probably have the number two running back room in the conference. They're definitely the best in the division. So I'll put them at one. I'm gonna give us the slight edge over the Patriots and Jets because we've seen Ray Davis do it, and um, he's done it at a level that Travion Henderson is a rookie, and um, Braylon Allen and Isaiah Davis haven't they haven't produced the way Ty Johnson and um Ray Davis has. So until they do, I'm gonna give the edge to the Bills. I think Brees and um James Cook are close. I also believe that Ramondre Stevenson is still one of the better backs in the NFL, despite not really having his name brought up a lot in these conversations. He's still one of them ones. He'd be fumbling, but he's still one of them ones. So I'm gonna go for the division. Miami one running back, just running back. Miami's one, Bills two, Uh, Give me the Jets 3 because I don't know what these rookies about to do for the Patriots, man. So yeah, give me Jets at 3, Patriots at 4. Wide receivers, that's easy. Number one is the Miami Dolphins. Easy. Like, and when I let me not even do that. Just yeah. Miami 1-on-1 is number one. I'm going to give the slight edge at 2 to the I'm gonna give the slight edge at number 2 to the New England Patriots. I'm gonna put the New England Patriots number 2. And the reason is because Pop Douglas and Kayshawn Booty, like I don't know. I know a lot of y'all. Well, let me not say that. Maybe y'all do watch other teams, but if you don't watch other teams, and you want to see two receivers that are pain in the necks for defenders, those two guys. Kayshawn Booty and Demario Douglas, straight up dogs, both of them. I like both those guys. Um, Booty got to work on getting his feet down on them sideline passes, but he's one of them. I like him a lot. I like those two guys a lot. Then they added Stephon Diggs. I know Stephon's coming back from was it an ACL or Achilles or whatever it is, but Stephon's one of the hardest workers I've ever seen. As like one of the hardest working athletes I've ever seen, especially in the off season. Um, my cousin, who may or may not be watching, played high school football. He was in line. He was good enough to play Division I college football. I saw him work when I mean, he was lifting with the linemen. Like he was strong, very, very strong. He worked extremely hard. Stephon Diggs works hard. Stephon Diggs works harder. I've talked to some people who know him and his people, and they vouch for it. They say he works very, very, very hard. You see the videos that he posts. You hear about it from every coaching staff that he's ever been a part of. Is how hard he works, how ready he is. So I don't think that there's going to be a drop off. I think Stephon Diggs is going to come back, and I think he's a 1,000-yard receiver. I think he's going to be still one of them. I think he's going to put his name back in the top 15 conversation for sure. If Drake May's any good. So yeah, that's that. Tight ends division. Oh, that's Bills. Bills tight ends. Like we're the best. We got the best tight ends. Number 2, I'm going with. I gotta go with the Patriots. I think they got Hunter Henry. I believe they got Hunter Henry. But yeah, the Patriots. I'm going with them as number 2 at tight end. Number 3, I'm gonna go with Darren Waller. Like Darren Waller's a former pro, all pro. I can't put a rookie over him. I just can't do that. That I'm not willing to do. So when you're an established player, I think it's foolish to say a rookie who's never played an NFL snap is better than the guy who's a proven talent. So we don't do that here. So yeah, that's how I got that. I got the Bills tight ends number 1. Number 2 is going to the Patriots. Number 3 is the Miami Dolphins. And number 4, New York Jets, rookie Mason Taylor, Joy Taylor's nephew. Jason Taylor's son, former defensive end for the Miami Dolphins, one number 99. All right, offensive line, Bills 1. Uh, Jesus. I guess the Jets 2. I guess the Jets are 2. Yeah, the Jets are 2 in the division. Dolphins 3 and Patriots 4. But I mean, like, there's a huge drop off between us and everybody else. Um, and I know I didn't do the conference stuff. Let's get to the conference. Running backs, Bills in the conference. I'm gonna put the Bills at 4. Yeah, fourth. I'll put the Bills at fourth. Number one, I'm gonna go with the Ravens, clearly. Number two, I'm gonna go with the Texans. I'm gonna give the Texans a slight edge over the Indianapolis Colts with Jonathan Taylor. And then, I'm putting the Bills number 4 in the conference. I think that's trying to think of any other team that may have a better running back room than the Bills. Not Seattle. Seattle's in the NFC. Why did I say Seattle? Not. I'm not gonna say the Chargers. I'm not gonna say the Broncos. Definitely not the Broncos. Not the Chiefs. Not the Jags. Not the Titans. Texans and did them. The North. Yeah, that's it, man. They were good money. All right, who's next? Okay, so wide receivers, where are the Bills in terms of the conference? Wide receiver, it ain't high. It ain't high. I mean, I can off the top of my head, I would say, um, I think Denver's got a better room. I think the Chiefs have a better room. Um, Colts have a better room. Wide receivers, obviously the Texans. Um, so I mean, we're like I would say the Bills are like around 10. Between 8 to 10, somewhere around there. All right, we'll go there. Um, who else? All right, tight ends. I'm going to say the Bills are probably. I would say the Bills in the conference are behind the Ravens. They're behind. They are behind the Raiders, the Chiefs. That's it. I don't think it's anybody else. No, it's not. I mean, I know Evan Ingram's in. Uh, I know Evan Ingram's in Denver, but I mean that's not enough. I think it's like Ingram and like Troutman or something like that. That's not enough. And Joku and I mean, but they got a rookie, so I can't. We're not crowning rookies. Um, Now Fryermuth and Johnu Smith, I'll put them ahead of the Bills too. Yeah, I'll do that because Johnu and Fryermuth both I thought were good last year. So yeah, we'll give them the nod. So I had the Bills at fourth. We'll go with the Bills at fifth, the tight end. Oh, that's Pittsburgh, bro. What's up, dog? John Smith and Pat Fryermuth. And then they got Darnell Washington, who's like 6'7", 270 pound tight end. So yeah, that's those guys. Um, hey man, I appreciate y'all pulling up, man. Y'all always here, man. I appreciate it, man. So, if I, if I don't got beyond, I know I got y'all in the chat, man. Thank you. I appreciate that. What else? All right, let's go offensive line. Denver's got a better old line. Denver's got a better old line. I'm not putting the Chargers. I want to put the Chargers in there, but I'm not putting the Chargers ahead of us. I feel like the Colts offensive line is comparable as well, but I'm gonna give it to us, man. I think we're number two behind the Broncos. I mean, if we look up pass rush win rate and run block win rate, I'm sure the Bills probably rate out better than most of those other teams. So I'm putting the Bills at two. I'm not gonna bore y'all with a long, drawn out situation. Plus, I gotta get going. Um, I got training on a new piece of equipment tomorrow at work, so you know, get up bright and early, get a good run on the treadmill at the gym. Hopefully my lady will come with me if she's watching. You can join me in the morning, 5 a.m. Okay, military time. Get ready for PT. Um, what else? What we got? All right, so yeah, offensive line, we did that. Defensive line, conference. Well, let's go with the division. Division, we're gonna go with the Bills are 2. Ooh, 3. I'm not 2, 3, 2. It's close. Number 1 is Miami. Like, let's get that out the way. Miami's got the best defensive line in the division. That's that. Um, I'm like stuck between the Bills and the Patriots right now because the Patriots got a lot of guys that are, I'm not sure about. Keon White didn't have the greatest year last year. Christian Barmore is coming back from injury. No, not the Jets. No, no. The Jets have Quentin Williams and Will McDonald's a really good pass rusher, but that's it. They're not good against the run. They don't have run defenders. I don't know what Jermaine Johnson looks like. They're fourth. They are fourth. They don't have another defensive tackle I respect next to Quentin Williams, so no. But yeah, I don't know, man. Keon White, then they got Carl Landry over there, so I kind of want to give the edge to the Patriots, but when you look at the Bills' depth, you look at AJ Epinesa every year, six sacks, six to 6.5 sacks each of the last 3 years. Um, Rousseau's one of the best run defending defensive ends in the league. Um, Not the greatest pass rush. He doesn't have really a pass. Doesn't have the greatest pass rush bag, but definitely uses his length, his arm length, and things like that. Can I react to a song? Bro, what you on, bro? Empire 680. Get you out of here. How do I do that? I don't know. I think I'll have to go to YouTube and get him out of here. Oh, that's on Kick. Oh, I don't know nothing about that website, so y'all got to figure that out. But uh, no, I'm not reacting to a song, fam. I mean, I'm sorry, it's not it. Uh, who else we got? Yeah, I'm gonna put us second. I'm gonna put us second. I just think I mean they did add Milton Williams. They did add Milton Williams to the Patriots. So he responded. Hey, look, man, this is about football. We're not talking about music right now. Can you react to the football? Who's your football team? Empire 680. She want to jump in. Let's see that. This is a Bills podcast. Do you have a football team, Empire 680? Tap in and let us know. We'll get back to you. Um, Let me show y'all what I'm saying right now, because y'all can't see it. Can you react to a song? Yeah, I can react to a song. It's called Benny the Butcher, Bill's Mafia Anthem. It's the greatest song I've ever heard. All right. Um, so what else we got? Yeah, so I'm gonna give us two. Barmore's coming back. Yeah, I know, right? That's what I said, dog. Huh? React to a song. It's about football, brother. Um, I don't know. I mean, there's too many question marks for me for the Patriots, but I think the Patriots are like right there with Buffalo. Number one is the Dolphins. The Dolphins are getting Chubb and Phillips back. Last time those guys came back from injuries, they were good. I am calm, brother. I'm calm. I am very calm. Empire 680, please. I'm gonna make you part of the show today. Can you tell me who your favorite NFL team is? And then we can get back to you. Okay? Thank you for tapping in with us though. We do this every Wednesday at 9 p.m. So make sure you come back next week. You don't watch Oh, you're not. Oh, FIFA. Do you play FIFA? Do you play FIFA 25? Let me know. I just downloaded that game like a week ago. Still trying to work out the. Look at us, man. Look at us making international friends. Are you in a different country? Empire 680. Like, are you not? I'm sure you're not in America. So where are you? Yeah, Pat's gonna be okay. Bar more dogs. Yeah, he is, but he had like blood clots, bro. So that's the thing. He had blood clots and like he had like an issue or whatever. So no one has a trifecta like ours. But you know what, man? I I don't know what Bosa is. Like Bosa last year, I think Bosa had like 5 sacks in like 12 games or something like that. So I don't want to. I don't want to project that Bosa's going to be better just because he's on our team. Because honestly, outside of Von Miller, we really haven't had a dominant pass rusher since Mario Williams, Marcel Darius. I mean, do you guys want to show love to Jerry Hughes? I mean, he got pressure like no other. That's really it. So, you know, um, so yeah, I got a second in the division. Let's see what we grade out the conference. What D lines in the conference are better? Pittsburgh's definitely better. I'm going to give an edge to Jacksonville. Jacksonville has got Trayvon Walker, uh, Joshua Hines Allen, um, and what's the guy? Eric Armstead, a defensive tackle. I don't know who they drafted. I know they had Mason Smith and George Jefferson from LSU. They did draft those guys, so expect those guys to probably play more. And I'm sure they drafted somebody else this year. I just don't know who it is off the top of my head right now. Well, who else? I Indianapolis, Houston. The Texans have a better defensive line than us too. I mean, the Titans. No, it's close though. I mean, it's almost like wide receiver for us, man. I mean, we're not one of the best, but we're not one of the worst either. So I would say we're middle of the pack. I'll give it some, eighth or ninth or whatever. Probably eighth. Probably around eight. Um, Denver's better. The Chiefs have a better line. The Raiders have a better defensive line. The Steelers, yes. The Cleveland Browns. So yeah, probably around 7 or 8, somewhere around there. That's us. I'm good with that. Linebackers. Who's got better linebackers than us? Nobody, baby. No, that's crazy. Linebackers. Who has better linebackers than the Bills in the conference? I think we may have the best linebacker duo in the conference, or a linebacker group. Um, if somebody, I could be wrong. I'm not. Listen, I'm spitballing right now. I don't think so either, bro. I think I'm gonna give the edge to like just in the league in general. If I had to say what linebacker pairing is better than what the Bills are gonna try it out on week one, fully healthy. Um, I want to say the Ravens, but like I don't. Roquan Smith is cool, but we got two guys. Like we have two legit guys. I think the Jets are close for sure. The Jets are definitely close, but outside of that, like San Fran, but they lost old boy. They lost Greenlaw, so I can't give it to them. The Giants linebackers, Okereke and is it Blake Martinez? I can't remember the second guy, but I know the second guy is pretty good. Oh, you know what? The Colts. I like the Colts. I don't think the Colts are better, but I do like the Colts. Zaire Franklin and oh God, what's the other guy? I'm all like I'm sorry, y'all. I can't remember all of these guys. Eagles, I don't know, man, because I'm not a N'Kobe Dean fan. Think he's too small. I think he's too short. But I think that the defensive line, I think they eat off of that. I don't think those guys are that much better. Zach Bourne had a hell of a season, but I don't know. Fully healthy Milano, I think, is a better player. Fully healthy Milano's a dog. We know that. Come on. Um, Chicago's got a good linebacking core, but I don't think their linebacking pair is better than ours. Like I said, the Jets are close for sure. The Jets are very close. The uh Jesus, bro, that's it, bro. I'm going with us, man. Like we like two. We're top three in that group. I just don't see it. Somebody's going to hit me up about this and be like, bro, why you didn't mention the da 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 or whoever what team is it? And then I'll be like, oh, well, that's a good point. Um, I like the Steelers pair, but like Peyton Wilson's cool. He's just not like he just had 1 year, so I can't really go off of just one season. And Patrick Queen, like he's good. He's a good player. It's not better. Yeah, nah. Like we might have the best one, man. We might have the best. We might have the best pair. All right, let's go to secondary, man. Secondary in the division, Buffalo is. I put us behind. I will put us number two behind. I put us tied for second. I'm gonna give us a tie with the Jets. Now hear me out. Number one is the Patriots. Patriots got probably the best safeties, and I mean their safety pair is crazy. Then you got Carlton Davis, and then uh Christian Gonzalez on the outside. And you got what's the kid Marcus Jones in the slot, who they can put at like wide receiver or running back if they want. So yeah, I'm gonna give that. I'm gonna give them their flowers. The Patriots got the best secondary in the conference. I mean the division. Bills, I'm gonna give us a tie. I think Sauce is slightly better than Christian Benford as a corner, and I mean it's slight because while Sauce is better in coverage, Christian Benford does everything else better than Sauce. He tackles better. I think he's much more physical. 4 forced fumbles last year, Christian Benford. When it comes to allowing separation, top five, Christian Benford right there. PFF ranking. Top zone corner, top zone corners in the league, Christian Benford, top five. When it comes to PF rankings, top five corners, man coverage last year, Christian Benford. He's a top five guy. I don't make listen, I'm not making the stats up. I don't make the rules. I don't come up with these ratings or whatever or these grades. I'm just telling you what. Oh, come on, bro. Sauce, I don't know if he's overrated. Jeff Fair told me today that they're gonna win 10 games because the vibes are better. Last year the vibes were off, so the vibes are gonna be better this year. The Jets fans believe that they're gonna win 10 games. Maybe Sauce, gets a couple of interceptions because the vibes are better. So we'll see. Maybe that's what happens. All right. So where do we rank in the conference? Who do I think in the conference has a better secondary than the Buffalo Bills. The Baltimore Ravens, New England Patriots. I'm still going to give the edge to Cleveland. I think Cleveland still has a lot of talent in that secondary. I don't care what the numbers. I'm not. I'm not solely focused on the numbers. If the numbers don't say that or if they don't agree with that, I think they do. The Broncos. I think the Broncos have the best secondary in the league. Um, I'm gonna give I can't give the Chargers that kind of love. I mean the Chargers are close, but they're not that. I can't even give it to the Texans, even though they got Stingley, and I do like their safeties. I think Stingley's better than think Stingley's better than Benford, but Taron Johnson's way better than whoever they put in nickel. Um, we could roll White out at CB2, and I think he's better than I don't know. Lassiter had a good year last year. Um, so we'll put the Texans ahead. We'll get the Texans that love. Texans are ahead of them. Not Jacksonville. When Tennessee's healthy, mm, uh, no. I mean, when Tennessee's healthy, their secondary's better, but it's not. It ain't that. Out west, the Chiefs, obviously. I said the Broncos. I said that. Yeah. So all right, we're like five. We're like five or six. The conference. I'm good with that. Special teams. I mean, I don't know. The Pittsburgh Steelers have the best kicker in the conference. We might have the best. I think we might have the best special teams in the division. Um, Tyler Bass is pretty well. No, we don't. We don't because we got like some new punter. I mean, we don't even really punt like that, but we got some new punter. He's not. Yeah, whatever. Um, yeah. So I don't care about special teams. Our kicker's good. Tyler Bass is cool. He's one of the best I think he's one of the best in the league. I would say Tyler Bass is a top 10 kicker. I put him in the top 10-ish in the league. In the conference, there's not really no kickers like that. Like I really don't pay attention to kickers like that, but uh that kid in Miami is the kid in Miami is tough. Pittsburgh's got a good kicker. Houston's kicker, even though he was on some like he missed a couple he missed some kicks last year that he probably should have made. Obviously the Chiefs with Harrison Bucker, he's one of them ones. Um Give it up for the Broncos too. Like the Broncos got a really good special teams unit. So we'll show them some love. Uh I don't even know who the Chargers kicker is, but he's taking a shot in the dark. He's probably better than it's probably better than Bass. Um, Baltimore's kicker was a freak, so they got to cut him in the South. That's it, man. Tyler Bass is one of the better kickers in the conference. One of the better kickers in the league. That's that. Coaches. Uh, we'll just go with the coaching staff. Period. Or organization. Um, Based on the stability of this current regime, I'm going to give us the edge right now, currently over the Patriots. Now, if the Patriots make the playoffs, they go on a little run or whatever. I think they'll be right back in the driver's seat when it comes to that. But we're light years better than the other two teams in the conference. Like it's the Bills, the Patriots, and then the Jets and the Dolphins. Terrible, terrible organization. In the conference, Baltimore's good. Houston's still fairly new, but they're steady. Um, Steelers are good organization, coaching staff, GM, etc. Chiefs, obviously. Denver, still kind of new, but same thing with the Chargers, still kind of new. I mean, yeah. But the South, Colts, I don't know. The Colts got a lot going on right now. We can't. Tennessee, nah, terrible. Yeah, one of the better organizations, man, for sure. Top five. So um, that's about all I got today. We're gonna get out of here. My homie left me on he left me on red on unread, and yeah, he curved me to that. So I feel a way about that, but it's okay. We'll have a conversation and we'll be back. We'll be back next week. But before we go, please, guys, stick around. We'll play a short video. And right after that, we're going to wrap a bow on this thing and get up out of here. But I got to find it first. Hold on. We got a guy in space that said, I'll be like, hold on. All right, hold on for real.
For the best Italian food in Western New York, Elliot Apollos, call 716-825-3675. The Lardon Construction Group.
Fubo TV, the official streaming service of Do Champions. FanDuel, the official sportsbook of Do Champions.
For all your summertime needs, beauty pools, as well as kayak pools.
CX Chronicles, your total customer solutions focused manager. W.GG, the official energy drink of Do Champions.
Hey, Sons of Erie, our artwork looks better on your walls. Hamburg Brewing, please visit our tap room on Boston State Road, Hamburg, New York. And finally,
Fat Boy Surf Club for all your surfing needs.
Welcome back. What I just do? Yeah, I just went after because I made a post, right? Um, real quick, I'll just get this out the way. So I put this tweet out. And it said, after they made the trade, like after the Dolphins made the trade, and now you look at their secondary, and it's like Minka Fitzpatrick and it's like Gladys Knight and the Pips, but Gladys Knight is Minka, and then the Pips are like all them other dudes who nobody knows or cares about. It's like Ashton Davis, Storm Duck, like a bunch of guys. Like, yeah, Storm Duck's a real person. I know it seems like that's like a name for a bot on social media, but no, like that's a real person. He's actually not that bad of a player. But yeah, so I looked at that. I said, so I put this little tweet out where I took the video from when Shannon Sharp was like explaining the different food items that were in front of him, and then I said when Josh Allen sees the Miami secondary, and then I played the video plays, right? So it's like, this here is neck bones. This is a brisket, fried chicken, collard green, blah blah blah. So, bro, like Chief fans jumped in there, and bro, like Chief fans jumped in there, like, oh, this is when Patrick Mahomes sees the Buffalo Bills defense in the playoffs. Bro, like, why y'all gotta make everything about yourselves? Huh? Now, if somebody came back and said what Jalen Carter or what that Philadelphia Philadelphia defense stinks when they see, or that Philadelphia defensive line sees the Kansas City offensive line, you wouldn't like that, would you? Chief fans wouldn't like that. I know some of you are watching right now. You wouldn't like that. You don't want to bring that up. We lost 40-22. You don't like that. So why y'all got to make everything about yourself? Like, yo, y'all got blown out bad. Like, just chill. Relax. All right? You earned this offseason. Relax. Okay? Chill out. Just let the season play out. When the football gets kicked off in week 1, y'all can start talking that Super Bowl talk again. That three-peat is dead. But, like, we can talk about it then. Right now, just relax. All right? Relax, guys. It's not always about you. It's not. All right, but that's it. All right, so as always, man, appreciate everybody pulling up. Appreciate everybody, all my guys in the chat. JB, Mark, Dog 26, always, you always David, I appreciate you too popping in, man. Wait, is this oh, that's is that Patrick? I don't know if that's Patrick or not. It's either Patrick or David. Even you, Empire 680, man. I appreciate it, man. Coming through. Appreciate you pulling up. Thank you. Yeah, definitely, man. Go Bills. Go Bills, Mark. Go Bills. Go Bills, guys. Thank you all for coming again. We're gonna shut it down. I gotta jump into a space real quick and tell the rest of the division why they're no good. And yeah, so listen, we're here every week. If you like us, like and subscribe. If you don't, then cool. But what we're gonna do here always is say the truth. We're gonna allow the facts to drive the conversation, not our opinions to drive the conversation. It's the facts. The facts are what they are. Now the facts drive the opinions, not the opinions drive the facts. We don't do that here. So an example of what I'm saying, or an example of what I'm saying would be, I think the Bills have the best linebackers in the conference. I'm not going to say they do until I look at the other linebackers in the conference. I don't think there's another room. You know what? They're not healthy. Houston's got a pair of linebackers that's really good. Houston's got a pair of linebackers that are very, very, very good. Same thing with Indianapolis. Very good linebacking duo. The Jets as well. I just don't think they're better than the Bills linebackers. I don't think so. So, that's where I'm at. But that's what I mean. That is a fact. The fact is the Bills have one of the best linebacking groups in the conference. How did I get to that fact? I got there because I looked at the information available. Now, if Roquan Smith and Patrick Queen were together still, and there were Jermaine Pratt and Logan Wilson from 2 years ago, and CJ Mosley from 2 years ago was playing with All Pro Quincy Williams, and you know, Bolton and Willie Gay and all those guys in Kansas City, then yeah, EJ Speed and Zaire Franklin down there and with the Colts, then yeah, those guys would be better. I'd give them their props. I wouldn't say the Bills had the second best or third best linebacking duo because the facts don't support that. So that's what, if you come here and you pay attention, you watch on a week to week basis, what you're going to see is the facts are going to drive the conversation, not the other way around. We don't drive the conversation towards the facts we like. The facts are the facts, and we're going to present that to you. Point blank, period. And if anybody doesn't like our facts or my content, listen, at any point in time, just reach out. Speed sign with the Texans. Oh, I didn't know that. All right, that's not all right. So I got to put the Texans ahead of them then because they got 3 now. Wait, so who did the Texans still got Christian Harris? Let me look. You know what? Now I'm going to look. Now I got to look. I was about to get out of here, but now I got to look. Now I got to look. I didn't want to look, but now I got to look. All right, here we go. Give me 1 second. I'm pulling it up. Houston. Christian Harris. Aziz Al-Shahir. Yeah, I'm gonna give it to him. They got it. EJ Speed is the 3rd guy. Oh, they got Henry 2 and 2. Yeah. All right, so hey, they're ahead of us. The Texans linebacking group is ahead of us. 100%. 100%. Yeah, 100%. Them defensive tackles are doo-doo, but when I say that, I mean really just himself because he stole all that money from us. I didn't like that at all. They got Derek Barnett too. Wow. All right. They got Casey Toohill. Casey Toohill went there too. Turncoat. All right. Now shout out to Casey Toohill, man. That dude was a super tryhard. I actually liked him. I actually liked him. Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. They loaded up over there. They got CJ Gardner Johnson too. Yeah, their secondary better than ours, man. It's better. Jimmy Ward, Jalen Reed. They secondary. Wow, I didn't know they had all that. All right, there it is, man. Wow. Caleb Bullock, CJ Gardner Johnson, Jimmy Ward. Yeah. Yo, the Texans are loaded. They're loaded. Wow. They are loaded. All right. Let's get out of here. Appreciate you, Carlos. You popped in with that. Um, forced me to go look at the Texans. I didn't realize the Texans defense. I knew it was good. I didn't think they had this. I didn't think they had all of these guys. They are loaded, bro. Wow. Wow, they're loaded. They're loaded. Um, they're gonna be a handful when we play them. Jeez. The offensive line is nasty work, though. Nasty work. Yeah. All right, so we just got to get home, man. That's all. Oh, they moved Juice Trucks out of the. Wow, Juice Trucks. Yeah, they got Lincoln Tomlinson starting, man, on the offensive line. He's doing. I mean, well, let me not say he's doing. I don't think he's that good. I don't think he's that good at all. All right. Anyway, that's that. We'll move forward. We'll be back next week. I mean, I will. Hopefully, Beyond will be with me. Um, I'm also gonna reach out to some other people and try to bring on some guests next week to discuss the NFC a little bit as well as the AFC. And yeah, so I hope you guys tune in. Bills Texas AFC Championship. I don't see it, bro. It sounds good though. Sounds good. I don't see it, but it sounds good. As long as it doesn't say Chiefs in there, I'm good with that. So Bills versus anybody, but the Chiefs. Not that I'm afraid to play the Chiefs. I'm just tired of seeing the Chiefs in the conference finals. I'm tired of seeing them in the conference finals. So let's beat them before the conference finals. Let's beat them in the divisional. Send them home, and then we'll go to the conference final and beat whoever's there, and then go to the Super Bowl. I like the way that works. So yeah, that's that. Go Bills. Straight up. Appreciate you, JB, for popping in as well. Carlos, once again, thank you for coming in because we did have to clarify that Houston is loaded. I got to tell the people that I know that are Houston fans, y'all are loaded, dog. Um, but anyway, appreciate everybody pulling up. Thank you so much. I'm not scared to play the Chiefs either, dog. You know what I'm saying? Not at all. They know what, man. They know what's up, man. Listen, we've been playing the Chiefs for every year. We played them twice, like they're a divisional opponent. The second when we played them in the playoffs, we never played them healthy. I know that. I don't care. You can say what you want about excuses or whatever. Or so what? It's an excuse. All right, fine. We don't play y'all when we healthy. We do not have Christian Benford. Never. We have never had Christian Benford. He played 12 snaps this year in the AFC Championship game. You can miss me on that. The rest of the secondary was awful. It is what it is. So if we play them healthy, we're gonna beat the brakes off of them, and then we're gonna move on. And that's booked. That's live. It's loaded. I'm not deleting this. It is what it is. All right. Again, gotta get out of here. Gotta get prepared for tomorrow. Appreciate everybody coming through. Make sure you come back next week. Thank you so much. Go Bills.